20 quests left. 20 quests left. I'm excited. It's almost over. Do you think this game was torturing me or something? Anyway. Okay, there goes that. Like, I have half a page worth of notes left. And that's it. And that to me is exciting because it's one of the reasons why I write notes for games like this is because I like, it's almost like a checklist, right? So you check them off or you delete the stuff as you go along and you get stuff done. So seeing the checklist finally get almost all the way to the bottom is just, it's satisfying in a way that's, I guess, kind of similar to the way that a lot of MMO mechanics work, honestly, where it's like, okay, no, I got to do this and this and this and this and this, and if you make a list of it and then you check it off as you go, it makes you feel good about it. But, yeah, we won't have to worry about MMO checklists after this. It'll just be regular game checklists. Because the only other MMO that I've tried that I would even consider playing at this point is Elder Scrolls Online for the stream, and I would have bad things to say about it within the first couple of hours of playtime, and the community of the game when I tried it basically told me that's par for the course. If you don't like it, fuck off. And so I did. Because I don't need that kind of behavior in my life. So we won't have to worry about MMO checklists after this, is what I'm saying. We will have long games after this. Probably not. Are there any games I'll be playing that are as long as... Well, no, because as long as this one implies a Realm Reborn all the way to Shadowbringers, and that's like 180 streams or something ridiculous like that, all told. But what about Shadowbringers by itself? Is there anything on this list that might be that long? It depends on how long Elden Ring is. I don't know how long that is, because I haven't played it. Maybe a Skyrim playthrough will be that long. Skyrim's pretty long. Persona 4 Golden will be that long. Because B5 is like 50 episodes. That's it. So this is one of the longest stream projects that I had on my list of games to play. And it is just about over and done with. So that's good, that's exciting. We're making progress, we're almost there. We've almost passed the finish line. Of course, you know, thinking about it, the problem with almost past the finish line is that it's also almost time for Square Enix to ask me for more money for my monthly subscription fee, and we will not be finished with the game before they get one more out of me. So I guess that's one final fuck you from Square Enix to me with love, but, well, our relationship has been rocky from the start anyway. That's not even true. It's really only been rocky since the Stormblood. Anyway, it doesn't matter. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the stream edition. Last time, we finished up all the side quests I wanted to do between patches 5.3 and 5.4. The Scions are just about ready to meet at the beginning of patch 5.4, but before we meet with them, while we wait, why don't we see if Confucius is back from the void. Well, back from the space between worlds. There you are. Find anything interesting on your trip to take the Pegasus Magi back? Oh, look at that. You found my Kotetsu replica. How'd that get there? Can I sell the G-Warrior MG? I'm not planning on ever using it, so... I don't know. Let's just take it over there. Before we go, I'll just see if I can sell it. If I can't, I'll discard it, and then we'll go to my apartment so we can put the katana up before I forget. And then, excuse me, we will start my little coverage of the last patch left available to us. We can sell it for 60 gil. I don't think Sid would appreciate me doing that, but well, here we are. Alright, off to the apartment to put up my Kotetsu replica, the final decoration that was there but was then taken. So we'll put that up and then we'll start up the next patch content. Hey Lifeblood, how you doing? Welcome back. Just checking in. We are making good forward progress. I am putting up my last house decoration, and then we are starting the final bit of story content that I'll be covering for this game. So, we're making good progress. Making good forward progress. Let's see. Snap to grid. I gotta rotate this, so excuse me a moment, Interceptor, while I rotate my katana so it would look nice up on my mantle. Now I gotta find a place to click off. There we go. That'll work. Take this, stick it up here. Yeah, it looks good, I think. Yep, just about right. It might be slightly off center. I think it is slightly off center. Let me move it slightly. One to the left, and then we'll see if it's off center. No, that's centered. Okay. And we're good. Yes, house decoration for a game I will never touch again, because even if your subscription runs out, your apartment is intact, stays intact. So people can still come in and write nice positive comments about it. So the prospect of that is enough for me to say, yeah, you know what, let's just decorate the place. At the very least, I can leave the place looking nice and clean before I leave, you know? So. Not like an angry tenant or something where I leave a mess for the landlord to clean up after leaving. So, alright, well anyway, that takes care of that. Let's go back to Mordona. We'll see if the Scions are ready to proceed. And if they are, we will proceed. Is tomorrow the last stream? No, it will not be the last stream. We will get all of the last story content done today. And then there is one more set of side quests, the comedy side quests of Stormblood that I want to do before we finish up. And those will take all of tomorrow's stream and probably about half of Tuesday's stream. So Tuesday will probably be the finale. But we'll see how it goes, depending on how queue times and everything are today. We'll see how it all goes. Yeah, just double checking on them, making sure that they're all here now, so okay, good. That's a fair idea. Those hippogriffs can only get their energy out so much, right? Yes, finale without extra, because fuck this game.
Well, my friends,
this game doesn't get bonus episodes. It had enough bonus over the course of the actual game. We don't need more bonus.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
Alright, well, fair enough. That is what you were doing before you left.
A prudent endeavor.
Alright, Lifeblood, take it easy. I'll mark the finale stream with finale in the schedule for next week, so that way it's easier to see.
Indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
So just keep an eye out for that one, and that'll be the last stream. So. Xenos orchestrating events from the shadows. He has one track in his mind.
I shall accompany thee on thy mission.
The only thing on his mind is death, and that is all he has done since you guys left. He has cut a swath.
Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
That's true, but maybe then he'll be forced to use Heart of Stone if you don't go. Wah wah. You'll never get rid of him again, Thancred.
Settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
And what's that, Ali saying? Oh, Lise.
Welcome back, everyone.
Well, that's a surprise. Good to see you.
Lise?
What brings you here? Just checking in on all your old friends?
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
I mean, I can't promise the echo won't give me a headache, but the keeling over part, yeah, not
That's
happening.
Right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
So if you have a mission, now would be the time to give it to us. Cole's here. Let's bring him into the call while Lise looks on in earnest.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
Oh no, Graha is fanboying. Here we go again. I'm just double checking to see if Cole's answering the call. There we go. Oh, hi. Henlo Graha is fanboying. He just got here and he's already fanboying.
As God intended.
It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Graha is a master of elegant technology. Lise likes to punch things. I feel like it's almost as distinct of a difference as me and Rory.
Graha here, at your service.
Just a tiny bit.
I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Apologies, I was making
Likewise.
an emote for
The
another
others
server.
told me all about you.
No, that's fine. Are you getting paid for this?
Log in.
Words scarcely do justice to
What
the
the
vital
log
role
doing?
he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade, one would be hard-pressed to find.
Are you getting paid for this emote?
It was one of my friends got a comic commission for one of my sessions
Oh,
between
right.
them and their
I did
significant other in the
glance at the
session,
report.
and one specific
But
panel
I'd
just
be
sent
lying
me
if
to
I said I
God, so I
understood
just turned
half
it
of
into an
it.
emote.
Oh, fair enough. Don't worry about the report, Lise. I'm sure Alphino will attempt to explain it in not so kindergarten English, and then I will have to pick up for him and explain it in kindergarten English because you and I are two peas in a pod when it comes to explanations.
Well, that's a lot
Imagine
to
having a
take in.
brain cell.
Couldn't
Just
be
to
me.
be clear,
Couldn't be me
this
either.
means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
It means we are not, because we avoided the 8th Umbral Calamity twice in the process of this X-Pack, so...
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership,
The eighth
what
Umbral Calamity.
Ascians remain shall
Twice.
struggle to see their plans to fruition.
That's the hope. You know, you cut the captain down and the rest of them will flee.
And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
Yeah, right, Ariane, of
I'll
course.
Take that as a yes.
I'm glad you're optimistic about it.
Unfortunately for the party, they would not be able to rest easy until
Even
Endwalker
so,
happened.
I don't know what to make of this
Not-
business
makes me
about
not in this
Hydaelyn and
timeline.
Zodiac being primals.
You wanna know what makes me angry?
Wow.
Despite being a scion of the Seventh Dawn and really important to the founding and original story, Lisa's barely mentioned in fucking Endwalker.
Yeah, they...
Fucking wrote her out of the story.
Like I said, they
So
basically
blood.
put her on a bus after Stormblood was over, and they were like, okay, well, she's doing Stormblood things now. We don't need her anymore. So... Yeah, I have words about Hydaelyn and Zodiac just being considered primals canonized now, but okay.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength.
Don't say that too loud, Ishtola. The Ascians
Even
that are
so,
left might hear you.
As the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
No pressure, right? It's only the end of the world we're talking about.
Chestnut brown, chestnut brown, chestnut brown, chestnut brown.
Should be a defender.
But tell us, Lise, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
I love how I know some of the dies
Isn't seeing
by
my
memory
long-lost
at this
comrades
point.
reason enough?
It's fucking terrifying.
All right, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire.
Of course it is. So we defeated their weapons. What else could possibly be happening therein?
So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne.
Uh-huh.
The trouble is,
Nerva.
he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble.
Well, it's not a wonder that Maxima didn't see us during the weapon quest. He was probably busy figuring out the PR for this nightmare that's happening over there right now.
The Alliance will soon
Just a tiny
convene in
bit.
Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
Sounds like we've got a plan then.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Yeah, you know, that actually seems like a pretty good idea too. It's kind of been a gigantic problem for a while.
You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything.
Yeah, it would.
Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'm glad she's so gung-ho
I'll
about
do
it.
my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
Attend a stuffy meeting? Hell, I'll bet you Rory's raring to go now too, because she's probably sick of the weapon quests as well. Yeah, what meeting? Lead on.
Rory drinking herself into a hole.
I knew you'd say yes.
Cure for
Qualities and
tempering?
forget about
I
all.
am down, Alizé. This is my favorite
come
patch,
too.
by the way, of the Shadowbringers
You don't
patches.
mind. That
Just
is-
want to
It's
make
so
sure I
good.
make that clear right away.
It's so good.
Because it's more down to earth, and it solves a problem that has plagued the games world for a long time. I can't
I'm
really
sure
ask
they
for
will be
much more
glad
as a
of your
good
company.
premise.
Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
Oh boy.
No. That's not...
Graha,
I mean,
she's
I
doing it again.
simply
She's
thought
getting
my
under.
knowledge might be of some use.
Graha, for fuck's sake.
Graha, I beg you. Have a brain cell.
We need to teach you how
Impossible
sarcasm
challenge.
works,
Be on our
bro.
way, then. Godspeed.
Impossible quest.
Teach Graha sarcasm. Required level 100. Required level, whatever Yoshi P allows the level cap to be later on. Because he's very keen to not raise it from 90 until he figures out what he can do with it. Well, that's all thanks to you giving him new garments, Tataru, so I'm sure he's ready to continue being the all-rounder that we knew him as back in the first, so. Excuse me. Well, I mean, it makes sense if you provide ministrations that would rebalance ether. I mean, that's how tempering works. Their ether is fundamentally unbalanced towards the primal, so. Sounds like we should go check with a very specific person so that we can get this done. But I don't think we go see that very specific person first. I forget exactly how we go about this. That's true. So what do you think is the first path to this whole solution? Well, that's true, because the Alligans did, in fact, work with a ton of primal energy, so they might have a little bit of research on that matter. And because of that, we need to go back to Az's Law. We were just there, but now we'll go back again. And this time, Naza won't be waiting for me, so that at least is good. Oh, Tataru's got that look in her eye again. Oh no. You mean we're not going to take the mana cutters there? I don't even know where I parked my mana cutter, to be fair, though, so... Dude, where's my car?
Been on the roof of the building for like fucking... What, like 7 months in game now?
Probably longer than that. And it's gonna stay there, because if I'm going anywhere, I'm gonna fly. Not in the mana cutter, in an airship and or on the backs of Parvati or Mizuko. Well, anyway, we gotta go to Silver Tear Lake, so let's head that way. Confucius, I brought you out. Let's just have you do the flying, since you're already here. Haven't flown on your back in a while. It's mostly been Parvati and Mizuko, because they don't have the luxury of being summoned into battle. So...
Doesn't even invite me to party.
I didn't even see you. That is an airship. It is also pink. Tataru, did you get an ironworks job while we were gone? Or something?
To answer your question, she insisted.
Uh-huh. The Bonanza.
That it would be pink.
I mean, I don't mind it being pink. I'm just surprised she was able to build it this quickly. Shouldn't underestimate her, I suppose. At least it's not named the Bonanza, because then you'd be naming it after the thunder god from Orban. She's pretty good, yeah. Apparently she's not the pilot, though, so that's fine. We'll just let this pilot do the piloting. Oh, okay, and we get another mana cutter, so maybe she just repurposed mine. Fair enough. Off we go, then. Thanks, Tataru. Take us all the way to Azizla, so that I can put Cole in the party once we touch down. There. Now we're good. Maybe we shouldn't say it too loud, because then Sid will come over here and try to do some big compare-contrasting. No, this place is humongous, and this is just the entrance, so... Oh, look, more food for you to not cook for. Well, I'm glad you know the place. Yeah, I was gonna say, you've probably seen how it all pans out from the Crystal Tower. Okay, information terminal a go-go then. I'll just take the short way. And by that I mean abuse my 2-star mount speed to go almost as fast as someone who's actually flying, and then fly because that was a bottomless pit I just jumped over.
0 fucks given.
Alright, Graha, what we got? Yeah, you and Rory can do that because Alice and I will probably end up breaking the machine if we try.
I mean, you're right. Technology just kind of implodes around you.
Well, I guess we should be glad the G-Warrior did not. Yeah, I suppose that would be a good place to start. Now, how do we get it on paper? Or is there a way to take it off the terminal and with us portably? Oh, well, that's not good. How do we undelete it? Oh, okay. Someone named Owen, huh? Can't say the name rings a bell. I know a Doga and an Une, but I don't think they'd be able to help with this either. Hemisphere control. Okay, fair enough. Alright, you guys go get the mana cutters then. I'll just fly on my way because Confucius is itching for a flight. Try not to bang my head on anything on the way.
Just hear a dunk.
Hemisphere control. I think that's in the northeast corner, right? Let's see. Well, more like the southeast corner of Beta Quadrant. Which means it's a little bit higher up from where we are currently. There we go. Somewhere in here. Fly through this big hole.
Dig a hole.
Thankfully, there will be no digging involved, because the Elegans already did that for us. That's good, because I didn't feel like dusting off my miner clothes.
Hmm. I didn't feel like getting my new outfit dusty.
That's right, you got a new outfit. Another one.
Adora insisted on paying me somehow for the help I did on the airship.
Hmm. Well, fair enough. We'll see what it looks like when we get there.
What, you think that thing flies better than Sid's airships for no reason?
No, I suppose I should have known better.
Granted, Taro did a lot of the heavy lifting. A lot of the heavy lifting.
Park it next to Ali says, but don't run me over. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks about right. The glasses are back again, as one might expect they would be. How does Gigi feel about this outfit? He adjusted his hat, so he's too nervous to say. Okay. Do your thing then, Graha. I'll stand here menacingly so the clockwork bits don't try to kill us. In the vicinity of, maybe not on land anymore. Curses foiled again. Yeah, they'd probably need to admit. Wait a minute. I was gonna say they probably need an administrator to override that thingamajigger, but I'm pretty sure Graha's an administrator, considering he's got the elegant eye. Or we could do that too, I guess. Concentrated lightning shard. I guess I'll have to dust off the mining as well. Well, that makes sense, considering what this place looks like. And that it's up in the clouds.
An elegant hellhole.
Yeah, and then it's up in the clouds. Well, fair enough, I suppose. I can imagine. It was a little bit exhilarating when we first got here as well, but for different reasons. Well, maybe one of those sprites will have the lightning shard we're looking for. I mean, it would be 2 versus 2 in this case, Ali say. You and Graha can... Or, no, Graha, if we team up, because me and Rory are going to team up for this one, then you wouldn't come in third, you'd come in second. Well, there they go. Guess it's just you and me, buddy. Let's see which team ends up finding it first. I'm willing to bet it's going to be us. You know why? Because we have the objective marker to follow. We don't have to search. We can just follow the map. Is it down from
I
here?
love having the echo, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Although it looks like it's inside of a cave in this mountain pass here, so we're going to have to go up and then down.
Up and down. Up and down.
Found it. There's a little ledge if you go straight down from the mountain. There's a corpse flower and me also standing up on top of it. There you are. Off we go.
Thank God nothing here can bother us.
It's true, because they're too spooked at the fact that we're like 21 levels above them. You know, I forgot to do this before we did this, but I can hide, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Done.
Easy peasy. Let's see if this stagnant lightning is enough to make a shard. Naza, is that you again? Did you escape from the Kraken? Or is it Nero again? Yeah, what, no dramatic entrance? You've changed. It's like I already know. No, it's Graha. Yeah, he was the one that did that back on the Crystal Tower quest. I mentioned Nero there, but I'm forgetting myself. The person who did the disembodied voice way back when we did those quests was actually Graha. So... I suppose we do still have to get back there, so... in order to be the winner. Well, it ain't no thing, Graha. You said you didn't want to sit in a stuffy meeting, so might as well go on an adventure. Okay, we're off again. I'm gonna go see if there's an exit to this cave out this way somewhere. Maybe over here?
Rory's stuck at the meeting while you're off doing this, sitting there, twiddling her fingers, doing paperwork.
No, wait, that's it! Just teleports over to me. Because I would think you would have done all the paperwork you needed to do for the weapon quests already. It has been a couple of days. Wah wah.
Been a little too busy drinking everyone under the table.
Oh, well, fair enough. Does that include Railbon? Or did you not ask him yet?
I have not asked him yet.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Rory could fashion some sort of a compass for the top right corner of your heads-up displays as well. I don't know how we'd, you know, create it in the vision of the Echo, but... Rory's a good scientist and engineer. She'd figure something out.
I am very smart.
Okay, good. Yeah, but I just defeated a bunch of lightning sprites, so a few Allegan security measures won't be a matter. Okay, well, fair enough. Good luck, Graha. If they don't recognize your Allegan eye, you might get beat up like the Namazu did in the last quest I did. Actually, not just the Namazu, also Mizet. He got beat up too. It was
Why
fun.
am I imagining a Namazu putting in red contact lenses to try and fool the system, and then just a comedy scene ensues?
I mean, that sounds about right. That's probably what
That would be
happen
on brand.
if the Namazu came here. But Mizet didn't
Behold,
get beat up
ingenious
for
plan.
the same sort of stuff as the Namazu. The Namazu got beat up because they were trying to stop Naza from being a dickhead. Mizet got beat up because he was being a dickhead. You know, during the hot springs / beach episode. And that I'm pretty sure my line, word for word, was, "Man, you've got no game. How do you ever expect to be a nun if you keep acting like a Tia?" Because again, I remember a little bit about my Mikote terminology, even though we haven't seen it since A Realm Reborn. You know, that sounds about right for Alphino. Yeah, I can imagine, considering he probably very vehemently says, no, we shouldn't use any of our knowledge for anybody else. Well, some things it's hard to let go of, and I feel like that's one of the things that defines who he is, so, you know. You know, that sounds about right, Graha, because that's just your game now. You're just going to be the resident Allegan expert for the rest of the story.
Oh, that's a bad role to have, considering that we seem to run into Allegan tomfoolery seemingly every other Sunday.
That's true. They would let you look at the forbidden Charlian tomes. I was told nobody got in that door. I've never been to Charlian, so I wouldn't know, but...
Forbidden tomes.
Is it more involved than a dissertation? Not that I've ever written a dissertation. I mean, I have, but not in like a formal student setting. Go for it, resident Allegan expert. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Couldn't we ask, what was the name of the node that we had back in Heavensward? I don't remember. Now I feel bad because I don't remember because he was cool. I think actually, never mind. I'm pretty sure, didn't he like get dismantled or something when we did the Warring Triad quests? Like he lost all his energy or something.
If my memory serves me.
Oh, good. Now they're going to talk to Graha as a member of royalty. I'm sure he needs the ego boost. Okay, that sounds promising. That sounds like the... I was going to say the report from before. Oh, there's a password. Oh, good lord. You would know it if anybody knows it. That didn't sound good. And neither did that. Does it lock after a certain number of incorrect entries? It'd be funny if he said confound it and it said again. Alice, I don't think it's gonna listen to you. You're not Allegan. Password. How did I know? Why would anyone set that as their password?
I love how much build-up is behind that, and how it fucking goes to each of your face.
And also the note is now insulting Alice for being like that.
Know your place, handmaiden. This archive note is about to get
Alice,
chopped
we
in
actually
half.
need this thing intact in order to do the... Yeah, now I'm gonna join in on the fun. Wild Rose or Courage? Wild Rose. He's fine with it. I don't think that's how these nodes work, Alice, but yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea, all things considered. The Ironworks do have a habit of repurposing elegant technology. Just look at the Crystal Tower. Initiate shutdown mode? I'm pretty sure if I'm the one that said that, it would get angry at me again, so I won't say it, but that's what you probably want to say to make sure it accompanies us. Alright, let's take it back with us. Yeah, he was pretty busy with the weapon quests with us, so I'm sure he'll have some open time now once he's done with all his paperwork. So I guess off we'll go.
Excuse me.
I guess it's just gonna follow him while being alive on. That's fine. I figured it was gonna be a little bit more anal about it, but sure, whatever.
All but running. I love how the game is now just aggressively taking the piss out of the fact that Graha Tia is now adorable.
They're just like, hey, so Graha gets to be a kid again. Have fun with it. I don't know if you're gonna get that teleport because you were in a cutscene.
I did.
Ah.
My power.
Also, they flew back on Tataru's airship without me, unless we just left the airship there and didn't tell the pilot.
Why am I imagining that Rory just dissociates while thinking about something, and then everyone fucking leaves except for her, and she just sees you flying away and the airship flying away, and she's just like, oh my god.
Okay, good. He's done with his paperwork. And I guess the Alliance Council is already done, even though it's been like a few hours at the most.
I see they were not fucking around at that meeting.
Apparently not. I don't even know how they managed to get Thancred there. He can't use aetherites because his ether's all fucked up. Maybe they called him in. Got him on the link shell.
Fucking video call.
You know, that sounds about right, because again, we cut off the leader, so the rest will scatter, trying to, you know, keep their power stuck in one place so that they can, you know, wait it out. The potential war of attrition that they'll all have to fight. Of course, that being said, the problem with that is that, you know, Xenos is kind of just gonna, if he gets bored one day, he'll just go slaughter one of the legions like he did to the 4th, so, you know. House Brutus, isn't that the one that Asahi was a part of?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, that's just great. We definitely don't need more of them in the world.
Oh shit.
Okay, sounds like we're gonna have a little help with this whole primal thing then.
Thank God.
Probably a good idea, because if Xenos decides to bring, you know, his all to bear against the Alliance, it will take literally all of us to stop him at this point. I understand how strong he is at the moment, and we will be hard pressed.
I'll run his fade.
Listen, you're the second strongest person on this planet right now. He's pretty far above most everyone else, including me.
Yeah, you can help. Together we can beat his ass.
I'm glad you're confident. Yeah, the tempered kind of don't listen to reason in most cases, but if we can treat it, yeah. And that's why we need Sid to get here faster.
Get here faster.
I'll notify Sid as soon as he arrives. Sid just gets in. Who made the airship outside? Alright.
Kick the door in.
I guess we're going into Dawn's Respite to wait for Sid. So let's do that. Oh, I figured I'd just walk in and the cutscene would start. That was why I was drinking.
Drinking.
Yeah, that's because Graha hasn't seen Sid since
His
a while
Highness
ago.
is exhibiting elevated blood pressure.
Yes, he is.
I love the archive notes. Stupid
I'm trying to check his dialogue every time, as long as I remember it, just because I knew it was going to be something silly. I think we have guests. We do have guests. Sid, Biggs, Wedge, good to see you both. You three.
See, they're doing good.
Well, yeah, Sid's doing great. He doesn't have to do any paperwork anymore for a while. Yeah, a couple 100 more years or so, you know. Well, that's because you haven't fully studied Omega yet, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to, considering his body exploded and all we have left is that teeny tiny machina that's traveling around with Alpha.
They come back in Endwalker. That quest is ridiculous.
Oh no. The idea of traversing time and space is as unattainable as it has ever been, Sid says, meanwhile, 20 hours later.
Can't say the man's not determined.
I don't even know if he's the one that did it in Endwalker, though. I haven't played it, so I couldn't tell you.
Maybe you should.
Not for the stream, that's for sure. Okay, so Sid knows how to get into this Allegan node that's trying to keep knowledge from us, so.
Knowledge.
Oh, and we already have the Allegan Tombstone of Dictionary. I don't think that's one we can collect. I feel like that's a Rambrose special. Excuse me. Ding ding, whatever you put in the microwave is done.
Ding!
I guess they have a bunch of these little terminals. Oh, the password is freedom. Well, that's easy. I will take this royalty treatment for as long as I can take it. Alright, Graha, you're up. I think that did it. Good. Oh, it's a video message, I think. I know that coat. I put on a similar coat back in Heavensward for my scholar glamour because I was too cold. Corruption, tempering, tomato, tomato. It's a video message with video messages in it. Yeah, I was gonna say, so basically the ether turns into whatever the ether of that icon is, so. Yeah, I was gonna say, for example, Sephiroth here is aligned with Earth Element, which means that he will turn them very distinctly towards Earth Element. Well, that's fun. And it will turn them into an eggy. Fantastic. This is starting to sound familiar, Alice. I mean, it's, you know, Allegan speak, so it's naturally a little bit higher end, but it's starting to sound a lot like what the Sin Eaters did. An etheric shielding from tempering? I was gonna say, albeit at the cost of a number of lives. Great. Because you had to temper them in order to test it. You'd think for all the Allegan's technology, they could have invented a computer simulation to do it for them instead, but I don't know. Well, that's just great. It sounds like we need to carry on Owen's work then, Alice. What, his decision to shut that stuff down? Probably because the cloud of darkness tempered him and Zand. It would explain their one-track mind when we murdered them.
Understandable.
So it looks like Angelo needs an upgrade then. So yeah, we probably need to restore their sense of self at the same time, which Angelo, like I said, needs an upgrade then. Are we going to use the crystal transference thing again? Okay, sure. You guys were the experts on this one, so you figure that part out. I mean, it did, but there are a lot more scholars in the source than there were in the first that would know how to do that stuff. So, all we need to do is find someone who'd, yeah, I was going to say, be able to help us with this.
Culminated in literal bloodletting.
Yeah, we don't want that. Well, I was going to say, if this thing can conduct the testing, then why didn't the Alligans, I don't know, use it to conduct the testing? I feel like that would have, been a lot better than ending the lives of hundreds of scientists. But then again, it was Alligan experimentation, so I suppose I shouldn't be shocked. Maybe to erase his crimes? Because he was complicit in the murder of hundreds of scientists? That's true. Freedom through technology, Sid? Yeah. Wah wah.
Round up as many terminals as you can get.
How many terminals do you guys have?
You'd be amazed.
A lot. That's the answer. I suppose I can help. Just don't ask me to type anything into the computers because it wouldn't work. Okay, what supplies do we need? Ceruleum. Fun. I haven't mined ceruleum in years. That's just fantastic. Okay, sounds like a plan. So what do you want me to do then? Oh, okay, I don't have to mine it. I can just get it from Rowena. Fair enough. I feel like if I tried to mine it myself, I'd end up feeling ether sick just out of my stress from the first time I had to do it.
Wait, you had to mine ceruleum?
Yeah, remember when I shipwrecked in the New World?
Oh.
The mineral concern...
Isn't that stuff highly explosive?
Yes, and also has the potential to be very etherically charged, which was the big problem for me because I wasn't used to the ether when I got there, so... That was... Remember the story I told you before Orban, where I was... oh, wait, that was to the... well, you would know that because I told it to the Auspice Rory, but you would know that now because you touched the Rhodonite, so... So I guess I can continue. Remember the story I told you about me having to work inside of those steel containers so that I wouldn't get ether sick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Working in the deep dark abyss.
I remember now.
It's funny I didn't find my Dark crystal earlier, considering I worked in the deep dark abyss, but...
Ah, yes. The Abyss.
Yeah, that.
You
I
know,
gotta go to
Dark Souls.
Sky Steel Manufactory, which is in Ishgard. I'm sure, what's the name of the guy that's the head of this place? I'm sure he'll be very happy to see you again.
Considering that I helped rebuild the entirety of the foundation of Ishgard and all of its defenses? God, I hope so.
Yes. Well, Stephanibian's the one that I'm talking about, but... Fromalot, I have a promissory note for you from Garland Ironworks. Okay, fair enough. Let me just take a drink because maybe the water will help me process the potential sickness that I'll be feeling when I see the ceruleum again.
It's been so long since I've smelled ceruleum.
You smelled ceruleum and were fond of it?
We used a lot of it back where I grew up, believe it or not.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, considering, it was in the burn. You guys had to make use of what you could.
Considering that my entire civilization was locked up in the hull of an Allagan ship, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, I don't have
early
the coin,
studies.
But Garland Ironworks does. At least I think they do. I'll have to ask Jesse. Good. That's what we need. What did you say before I talked over you?
Never mind. Cutscene.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. We're just pantomiming to each other. You can say it.
Pantomime. Oh, it's this scene.
I see friends.
My friend!
Emmerich,
After the
Lucia,
disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo,
Sonovano.
chance upon you here of all places.
And what's the chief doing with you? Chief, good to see you again.
As you may have heard, the allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem.
I think it's Sonovanu, but I would have to look back to remember.
To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, especially now that we've taken care of the Vundu for them. Good to see you again, Chief.
Since the war with the Empire...
I see they didn't give you a voice actor yet. That's a shame.
I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
Yeah, you're talking to the choir on that one there, Sir Emmerich. We don't even know where he is either.
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Sounds like a plan. If I
Tell
can
me,
finally pin him
business
down.
brings you to our fair city this day?
Well, actually, we're looking to procure some ceruleum so we can finally find a cure for tempering, eventually.
A cure for tempering? You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed.
And now you see why I'm so gung-ho about it.
Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
I knew it would pay off having friends in high places. Thanks, Sir Emmerich.
And man, am I glad I brought a warm outfit.
Yeah, that's kind
Forgot
of nice.
how cold Ishgard is.
My chest is getting frostbitten as we speak.
Full support.
Thanks, Sir Emmerich.
Just do squats, you'll be fine.
That's true. I'll just
That was
stop on the ground and do some push-ups.
Stupidest fucking thing in Crisis Core.
What?
Oh, you're freezing to death out in the cold? Just do squats.
It's true. It warms your core. I would know. I've done squats before.
I haven't because I don't have the strength to do that.
Well, you gotta make sure you do them with the correct technique, too. It's not just a matter of strength, because you could fuck up your knees or your hips if you do them wrong.
My knees are already fucked up, yo!
Yeah, but that's because you don't exercise. Surprisingly enough, exercising would actually help unfuck your knees. Because it would build the muscles around the bone. Good news, everyone! I've brought the ceruleum. Oh, wait, I'm looking at it below decks of the airship. Oh, never mind, we're in Sid's workshop. It was hard to tell.
That's a few Magitech terminals.
And a lot of ceruleum. Thanks, guys! Appreciate the help with getting them in
I don't
here.
want to be that. I don't want to be that gal to ruin all your fun, but there's enough ceruleum here to blow up the entirety of Mordona.
Or summon a primal. So nobody have any really fervent thoughts while we're in here. And we'll be fine. It's okay. Most of the time my head is no thoughts head empty, so we should be okay.
Well, you do play monk.
That's true. All I think about is punch.
I have one thought.
Who would have thought
It's
ceruleum
punch.
weighed so much?
I mean, if it weighed that much, you could have asked Rory for help. She can carry 3 barrels by herself.
This is true.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose.
I do
should've
bench
just
press
done what
trains
you
on a
did and
regular
accepted
basis.
help.
I mean, I would have helped you carry it, Alice. It did have Buddy carry on the side of the barrel. They put that there for a reason. It's so you don't mess your back and shoulders up.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
Let's make sure Gilgamesh doesn't come here so he can summon Enkidu again. How about that?
He is near.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
I don't need luck, Sid. I have friends in high places from all of the work I did back in the Dragon Song War. But I do
We've
have
also
luck because I
succeeded
got a
in configuring the
Constitution gem
tunnels,
as a random drop in
thanks
Skies of
no small
Arcadia,
part
so...
to our able assistant.
Your able assistant, huh? And how does your able assistant feel about being called an assistant?
It's been a while, hero.
Good to see you, Nero.
You seem surprised to see me.
Not
Lest
really.
you
Rocking the glasses.
misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
I'm sure you don't.
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise.
Naturally.
And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
I mean, if we got to convince Nero that he's doing something that no one else has ever done before to get him to help, then sure, why not?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death.
Wah, wah. Never change, you two. Never change.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time.
That's true, because you can go and examine the core of Alexander in the hinterlands if you wanted to. Sid, make sure you put a leash on him if you decide to let him do that.
The credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1.
Uh-huh.
And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
I'm sure it will.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Damn.
Whatever
I love these two.
He doesn't have a strong comeback for that one. Oh boy.
By the way, the
God
healing
damn!
applications of crystal foci proved very useful in getting us to where we are now. I must remember to thank Mikoto.
Yeah, and if you thank her for me as well, and maybe send the Dreamstone back with her. I've still got that sitting in the Rising Stones. I'm sure Tataru will give it to you if I mention it.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
Here goes something. And I don't know what it is because everything in this room is beyond me.
Making some of the computers they had back in the city looking irrelevant.
I mean, that's what Sid does.
All appears to be in order.
We used to have something this big.
Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Don't gotta tell me twice. Time for a nap. It's a good thing they have a couple of beds in here.
Imagine napping.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's a good idea for you to nap in here because you have stress nightmares sometimes, so... You know, with all the ceruleum
Somebody has
there.
to make sure the machine doesn't explode.
Yeah, but with all the ceruleum there, it might be a bad idea to go to sleep for right now. Okay.
It's overloaded.
That's not good.
No, and it's not what I thought it was gonna be.
She won't last much longer.
Well, maybe shut it down?
We'll have to shut it down.
Yeah.
Wait, we're close. So very close.
Graha, did you not hear the part that Rory said that there's enough ceruleum here to blow up Mordona?
Oh.
Should I pour some water on it? I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Thanks for your input, Nero.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you.
Graha, you do see how much the machine looks like it's ready to explode, right?
There.
Well, memorize it quick. Oh, okay. Did you get all that? No. Anybody manage to take a picture of it with their tombstone? It can do that, right?
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded.
Okay, good.
It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Now let's have you write it down before you forget it, because then we'd be having some problems here.
I was able to memorize the magic.
Fair enough. I'm glad at least that part of him is not... Okay, well, I also have photographic memory, but you can't exactly learn that. Oh, good.
The fault is
Poor
mine.
Biggs.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at.
All the more hands for you to have to help with the dimension hopping, right, Sid? If we cure tempering.
My friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
You should tell that to Jessie and she would see what she says.
Our fucking coffers are empty, Sid.
Thank you.
Well,
We have
done
no
what we
money
can.
left, Sid.
The rest
You
is up
need
to
to
you.
find another Omega project for us to get more money, Sid. I need the merchandise from another Alpha.
I need more merch!
Okay, well, we got what we needed to, I think. As long as Graha wrote it down before he forgot.
Rather fortunately for all of us, Graha does not have ADHD.
Well, see, they say that's you should do that sort of stuff when, like, they had procedure when I worked at a credit union where when a robbery happened, they basically stuck you in a room by yourself until the police got there, so you would the only thing you'd think about is the details of what happened, so you could tell the police all the details. So, thankfully, I never had to use that information, but that was the procedure anyway. Well, that was how Alag felt about it as well, Graha, and then they put hundreds of people to death, but hopefully we'll be a little bit more gentle with our bedside manner.
Hopefully.
You want to test it on Gabu before you know it's successful? Let's make sure we exercise due caution. We don't want the poor kid to die after all this. Okay, guess we're going straight for the gusto. Tataru, Cryo, we'll be back. I'll let you know how all this goes after we go to Maelstrom Command. Nothing like jumping out of the frying pan and going straight to the fire, huh?
Sometimes you gotta run before you can walk.
I feel like that's not how the human body works, but go off.
It was a Tony Stark quote.
Yes, I know. Limsa Plaza.
You know that.
Oh boy, I haven't been here in a while.
It lags your computer into infinity.
And now I'm out of it. Immediately. Good to see nothing has changed. There are still people running around in Namazu heads here.
As God intended.
The only way Limsa should be. Pirates and drunk people everywhere.
Everywhere.
Apologies for the wait.
Poor boy was sleeping. Had to wake him up.
Gabu, have you been good?
Long time no see, kid.
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
Well, with any luck, that's all about to change.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
I'm gonna assume Alice and Graha exchange notes on how this works in between us getting here, because I don't think they explain it. I think they're just like, hey, so, here's the magic. Do it.
You here?
Oh, hi, guys.
Do it.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
Boy, I sure hope they didn't send one of the things to the Serpent Reavers, because they were never gonna get here.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Understandable.
Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
Actually, on that subject, this is our first test subject right over here. Alice is very gung-ho about it, or else I would have asked to,
terminals to
you know.
formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
Well, to be fair, we all had to put our heads together, and Sid did most of the work, so, you know.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
And theoretically, since it's a magical spell, almost anyone could learn how to do it. We just have to
Yet I
provide
wonder at the
equivalent boosters for the
practicalities.
Garleans.
If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic.
So it has to be done at the same time? Is that what you're saying?
Would both need to be performed simultaneously.
And with etheric tethering, probably.
Nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye.
Oh boy.
As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
So, basically, any familiars that we make after this are gonna be imbued with a little bit of Allegan magics. Fair enough.
Well, look, the Allegans for once actually helped us instead of causing another fucking catastrophe.
It just took eons for it to happen.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell
pork's
after
he doing?
spell. It's really rather efficient.
Curing one of the deadliest diseases in Eorzea, if anything goes right for us.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable.
Yeah.
The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether.
Uh-huh.
And as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but I sort of spent all of the ether except for my own in the process of getting Rory and all of you home and also erasing Elidibus from existence. So, I hope you guys have some spare ether.
I, for one, would be glad to assist.
Well, at least you have me here.
That's true.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
And Rory's body is newly reformed with her soul and memories. Well, her body and soul are newly reformed with her memories, so I imagine they're all jumping for joy inside of her body and ready to help too. Just as long as she focuses on her booster.
With your permission, then, let us begin.
Boost.
And it also helps anyway because, you know, that way we know if Garleans using a booster can affect this change, because then Garleans could cure tempering as well. Hold steady, you three.
Steady.
Steady as she goes, numbers 1, 2, and 3.
This will do.
Okay, good, because it looks like it took a bit out of them.
They were giving
And now,
him life energy.
That's true.
My turn.
Like actual parts of their existences.
It's a good thing you've got a bunch to spare, and you could also focus it through a booster, which probably made yours a little bit easier on your body.
Just a tiny bit.
Might need a little bit of food for everybody after this, though, because I imagine everyone will have the munchies after spending all this ether.
No small amount indeed.
I'm really sad that like Angelo didn't have like a Super Saiyan aura after all that.
Well,
No, they had to save that for the
seek to go
Vanu
where
Vanu
even
quest.
the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy.
No one said this was gonna be easy.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
I'll ask the Admiral.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
Listen, Graha, prayers have gotten us nowhere but getting Primal summoned, but I know you guys will do good work, so I'll just trust in your judgment and your skills.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
I'm sure you will.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
We could always go to the Drowning Wench, then we could see if Baderon could whip us up some sea grub. Of course, Rory and I would be just as likely to walk into the kitchen and help him, but hey, if we're gonna walk into the kitchen and help him, we might as well go to the Culinarians Guild, am I right?
Sure, they'd be willing to spare some ingredients for Eorzea's heroes.
I would imagine, considering we both literally trained under the head chef. One hand washes the other eventually.
All loops back around.
But I suppose these two aren't hungry, so I guess we'll just leave them to, you know, stand here like lost children after a blood drive who decided they didn't like Rice Krispies today.
Problem, without success.
Oh.
Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago.
But no more.
I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even.
Well, sometimes you need a little bit of that ideal nature, Alphino.
But
You should know that better than anyone by now.
refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. and now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, don't count yourself out of this. We need equal measures, prudence, and stubbornness, Alphino. Otherwise, we don't get anywhere. She might be able to look at things ideally, but without your pragmatism, her ideas wouldn't become reality. And if it's any consolation, she's also in awe of your work, but maybe tell her if that's how you feel. She is your sister, bro. You kind of gotta open that channel.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire.
You probably would, so maybe put a plate in your pants so she doesn't kick your ass at the time. Or, you know, tell her now because she's too tired to, you know, actually process what you're saying and punch you.
Alize, are you all right?
Were the ministrations that tough on your body? I mean,
The
we already know the
treatment.
answer to that.
Did it work?
Just point to Gabu if you can't say anything.
I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Our boy's back.
Gabu!
It's been so long.
So long.
This is what I was talking about, right? Not only do we solve a problem that's been a problem for a long time in Eorzea, but they also use the NPC that you've been literally waiting 2 X-Packs for him to get better to do it.
2 of them.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
but I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gabu. They helped him to hold on.
Well, look at Alice say about that one. She was the most hopeful of the bunch. Now she gets to give him a head
so
pat.
Proud of you, Gabu.
It's a little bit of a spiky helmet to be giving him a head pat, but sure.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them.
Oh, good. More test subjects.
Yes, we can. All of them.
We just have to, you know, recuperate the ether that we've lost, so it might be a few days before we can attempt the next one.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use.
I'm surprised Alphino's not the one giving us the bad news, because usually he is.
As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gabu alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms.
Yeah, it might take a little while to get through to those people.
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence.
And that's a problem we will have to solve with violence, unfortunately.
All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
But we can save most of them. Because not
Maybe
very
we
many
can't,
people
or maybe we
have been
can.
tempered all the way to
No one gave
flesh
us the hope of
altering.
saving Gabu, and yet here we are.
Most of the ones that have
We
are
must
dead.
Find a way to treat as many as possible.
That's true. We also need to figure out a way to treat them more quickly than at one
Then
every few
the
days.
next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of porkses, would it not?
I suppose that's a good
Granted,
idea.
it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Well, when it comes to familiar summoning, I happen to know a couple of very specific NPCs who would know a lot about it.
Authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya. The real one.
I'm just glad you didn't say that about your sister, because what would I have had to have told her when I did the level 80 summoner quest? She would have been about as on your ass as Alice is to Alphinode whenever he breathes.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
Ideally, with a cure for your mother and father and everyone else in your tribe.
Thank you, Alice.
Your order.
Thank you.
Well, that's part 1. Now for the macro problem.
The macro problem?
Yeah, because we just did it on a micro level by curing one person. Now we need to do it on a macro level by curing everybody else. So, time to visit Master Matoya.
Oh boy.
You didn't go see her right... Well, I guess you probably would have gone and seen your sister first. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, off to see Master Matoya again. This is gonna be great! I'm just gonna...
Here we go!
Just gonna go straight to Idleshire. And you can wait for the teleport, because I have more Aetheryte tickets than you do.
I have like 30-something.
I have 366 after that teleport.
No.
Prologue gate! Confucius, you want to fly through the rain, or should I get the car out? No, it's okay, bro. If you don't want to do it, I'll get the car out. Okay, I'll get the car out.
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hop on.
I was gonna say, get in, nerd, we're going, but I guess I can ride Pillion with you now, can't I? How do you think Alexander would feel about this whole thing?
I don't know. Maybe he'd be proud that I'm continuing to build all of his shit better.
I don't know if he'd like it that you built it better, though. I feel like he'd be kind of upset at the fact that you consider this better than his creations. Actually, that's not Alexander specifically. That was the All Thoughts guy from the Alexander raids, because they built this out of Alexandrian technology.
I'm amazed about that. I'm sure Master Matoya will be very happy to see us.
To be fair,
we've survived no less than 2 apocalypses since the last time we saw her.
To be fair, Y'shtola said that she hadn't seen her since she got back from the first, so at the very least we can watch her poke Y'shtola in the head for not seeing her. Alright, back to the wall. Oh good, and there's even a Rago outside to play Triple Triad with me. I didn't even remember that he was here. Although it might be taking me directly into the cave, so I might have to wait on that, but that's okay. It is taking me directly into the cave. That's fine. Master Matoya, long time no see.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his parogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
Well, she learned from the best, so if I said that, she would literally put a frog in my throat, so.
Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
I mean, if Runar had his way, she would have.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Wow, just talk about studying the other world, Y'shtola. Don't talk about studying Runar. It's okay. It's not like Master Matoya wants to hear about your boyfriends.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First.
Oh no.
Befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the
Alphino,
process.
you're putting
There
your
she
foot in
took
your
on the name
mouth.
of Matoya,
And there it
won the
goes.
respect of all the children of the forest.
And now we're all gonna be dead. Thanks, Alphino.
I like to imagine that the name Matoya gets said, it just smash cuts to all of us with like wide glances like this is the Hildebrand quests.
Or the Namazu quest with the funeral pyre.
And it just smash cuts to Rory. You just see the little super bull-eyed buff.
She's like, I'm just gonna stick the gun to my head now.
Or just like a hologram buff just pop up next to her and the game fucking explodes. Everyone else is singed, she's just fine.
And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Oh boy, Stola. You will be lucky to leave this cave alive, Alphino.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
Nice save, Stola. Will she buy it? That sidelong glance
Were you going to introduce
tells
yourself?
me, no, not really.
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Well, if you're gonna learn the summoning spells from anyone, you're in the right place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits.
Well, at least somebody kept in contact with her.
Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy.
No, he just has carpal tunnel
Whatever
in both
mess
his
you
hands.
made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
I'm sure you don't. You have to get back to whatever you were doing before we got here. Well, you see, Master Matoya, we have this now. Pigs can fly in the source now. And we need them everywhere.
Everywhere.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why we came to you.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
Yeah, but again, that's the problem, because if you have to do that to every
So I
Porksy...
just need to create Porksies with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures.
Precisely the problem. Any ideas on a solution?
But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother Porksy, as it were.
I feel like this is a chicken or egg situation, but I'm just gonna roll with it, sure.
Don't question magic, I find.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna end just as badly for me as questioning technology.
Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Which moldy old hole are you talking about? I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? Before we do, I'm gonna ask the straightforward broom if his job is going well. I do see you're serious. You're even talking with the normal backward speak that the brooms talk with. Your old workshop? Okay. Wow, so it's been empty for 20 years? Oh, yeah, that's fine. We got it. We'll take care of cleaning the mess up. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Master Matoya. So I guess we get to use the workshop of one of the most famous mages in history. Again, no pressure.
No pressure at all.
But before we go visit her workshop on the other side of the hinterlands, let's play some more Triple Triad. Oh, we wait for Cole to get out anyway. Plus and roulette. Okay, and I've already got 2 of your 4 cards. Well, here goes something. Oh, plus and dissension. Okay, that's probably okay. Let's see what we can do with that. Behemoth. I can play my cards in any order as well, so that's kind of nice.
Behemoth.
I can handle this, Noctis. I can also handle this, Hirschfont. And Diablos. Oh no, plus is gonna cuck me. Yep, that's what I thought. And probably dead. Yep.
Death.
That's okay. Can't win them all. It's a good thing I don't have to give you one of my cards, though. That would be unfortunate. All right, Confucius, you're here. I drove the car. This time I will have you go with me, especially if we stay undercover.
Behemoth.
I'm glad he's following you now rather than, trying to ecliptic meteor us in the face.
No, he's just ecliptic meteoring you.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's his way of showing affection.
He's got a funny way of showing it.
Yeah, well, you know how weird.
The rain was coming down not this hard when I went through here. Now I'm forcing Confucius to fly through driving rain. It's a good thing he's got this visor on to deflect the rain from his face. It's a wonder Aggro isn't here because you basically would have stuck windshield wipers on his visor.
Yeah.
Aggro just flying through the driving rain. There's just a bunch of rain on his visor. Just. I think this must be the place because this looks like an abandoned old building. So where else would Matoya keep her workshop?
I do find it amusing that when you're sitting on the back of the behemoth, you just look like royalty.
And you just
sitting
there
with
with
such
your
a cocksure expression.
With your knee up, yeah. So this is Matoya's relic, huh? All right then.
Poro Rago, the unwashed.
He might be washed by the time this is over, depending on how this goes. That's fine. We're professional disarray cleaners, so.
We are professionals.
And our professionalism will be tested because Matoya's relic is now accessible.
Oh boy, a dungeon.
Yay! I'll just wait for you to finish the cutscene so I can get ready. Okay, so dungeon's accessible. You're gonna go in on Black Mage?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going in on Ninja, so let's queue up. And then we can go back to Idleshire and sit in the hard place and eat some good food while we wait for them to get ready to go. Because it might take a little bit, so off we go. And we could go to Stone Sky Sea because it's like right up there, but I think I'd rather go sit in the bar out of the rain. Thank you very much.
Idleshire.
Yeah, I guess you could just teleport there. That works too.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, I'll be to the gate in approximately 2 seconds, so. Watch us get in there and the queue just immediately pops. Oh, no food from the hard place. Incidentally, can you unlock Adkirag as a custom delivery while you're here?
Good question.
There should be a quest over here somewhere. I think right in the plaza there, if you can.
Nope.
Okay, so then you didn't do Purple Rain. It's a side quest on the Asm Step.
Purple.
Well, let's go have a seat. Table for 3, and it looks like they already set it for us. With a chimkin. They got you some smoked chimkin.
As God intended.
So we'll just hang out and wait for everything to go through. Now, you could do some of your custom deliveries for Zloe while you're here, but I don't know. You might end up in a situation where you're halfway through a craft and then all of a sudden the queue pops and you're like, ah! So, you know. I leave that to your discretion.
I think I'll just sit here.
Twiddle my thumbs and wait. It's probably for the best anyway, because you don't want to get your Alice in Wonderland outfit dirty. Oh, did you add Xenoglossy to your hotbar?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you should add that to your hotbar so your DPS isn't
oh, I do have Xenoglossy on my bar.
Okay, so you know how you use it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Whenever you have Polyglot, you just...
Yeah, so basically you'll have 2 of them, and so whenever you have 2 Polyglot, you just foul and then immediately Xenoglossy after it. So in your Blizzard window, essentially. Like you Blizzard 3 to get yourself back in Blizzard phase, then you Blizzard 4 to get your Umbral Hearts, then you reapply your dot, and then you foul in Xenoglossy, and then you go back to fire after.
Why foul in Xenoglossy? Why not just 2 Xenoglossy?
I don't know if you can do 2 Xenoglossy. I haven't played Black Mage enough to know if you can just do 2 Xenoglossy. Read the tooltip, see if it lets you just do 2.
Yeah, because it just says deals unexpected damage with a potency of 800, Polyglot cost 1.
Okay, so then yeah, you can just do that.
I think foul's just the AoE version of that for AoE pulse.
Well, I can find out while we wait. Let's look it up. Final Fantasy XIV, foul, then Xenoglossy versus 2 Xenoglossy. Let's see what the forums say.
What patch are we? Oh, it's popped.
5.4.
How many more quests do we have after Matoya's?
I think like 4 more. To the end. The forums say that Xenoglossy is the single target version, so basically you do 2 fouls if it's AoE and 2 Xenoglossies if it's not. Oh look, somebody joined us.
Hell yeah, gamer.
Well, that's good. He can eat our leftovers because we're going into a dungeon. And then we'll be back and we'll see if he's still here. You do have some actual food to eat for this dungeon though, right?
Yes.
Just gotta find it.
Yes.
In your gigantic inventory.
Yes.
That looks like those stacks of books.
Oh my god.
It's a big library in here. I guess these
I'm
are
in heaven, Jimmy.
I guess these are the ones that she
Look
kept
at the
from
Right.
the
To
thingamajigger.
begin with, I need
Look
you
at
to
her
gather a
tank.
few
Yeah, I see that.
ingredients. Listen well
Nice
to
outfit,
what
bro.
the
I like
Porogos
it.
say.
I mean, that's like an instant command right there. Not only because
fucking
not only because of the outfit, but also because we're color coordinated.
the fucking just Ardbert, but a fuck.
Let's see how he does at his tanking job, and I will let you know.
This is why I love this game's outfit system. Just stupid bullshit like that.
Alright, off we go. The clay clock cauldron. So I guess we need the clay first. That makes sense. I should probably reapply my,
By the way, I love the track in this dungeon.
Yeah, it's a cool remix of Matoya's theme. I like it.
It's
a nice
so
reference.
goddamn appropriate and funny.
It's a nice reference.
Let me get thunder.
Alright, so is he gonna keep going or is he gonna stay here?
Yeah, chill.
I'm gonna do one more until he shows one way or the other. I think he's gonna stay here, so I'll just do this. And then do this. Okay. Easy peasy. Next. Put this this down before I get any bright ideas here. I guess I'm glad that doesn't leave a floor AoE, because that would be unfortunate.
It is sad that Flare doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
It does a ton, just it spreads it out across multiple enemies.
Oh, I know. I just want more.
Oh, well, you could
I'm already using up all of my mana to cast that bitch.
Well, you could despair. Wee!
Shall I give you despair?
It's probably a good idea right here. So. I can't see his AoE. Oh, there it is.
Spare.
Just gonna bunch in on cooldown. No big deal.
NBD.
Because we should have it back by the time the boss comes up so I can do my full rotation. It's a 90-second cooldown, so...
Oh.
Sonny of Ziggy! He's back! He's not very happy about what we did to his dad.
Not at all.
As you can see.
I noticed.
Just gonna get rid of this one that doesn't know how to give up. There we go. Just, you know, casually do 4% with a right, huh? Also, no big deal.
Casually.
There's a mudman.
Meat axe.
There is, in fact, a mudman, yes. No, don't go yet, don't go yet. I gotta hide first. Okay, we're good. He didn't use Tomahawk.
Based.
For once, I'm glad. Hard rock, let me feint that. Just remember hard rock so you can addle it.
Fair enough.
Damn it. I got out of it, it's fine. What do you suppose he's gonna do with this?
Nothing good.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Throw them in the hole. And that takes care of that. Okay. I'll just walk over here. Don't mind me. Movement mechanics in my Black Mage dungeon. We can't have that now, can we?
Nope.
I can't feint this one.
I addled the AoE.
Hey, that's a good job. That shows that we know what we're doing with our DPS.
Imagine that.
Some of the only ones in this roulette that know what we're doing. Well, that mudman's holding that hole over. So I'm gonna go over here with you. I think that's a good idea. I'm also gonna get hit twice, but that's okay. Ah, I dodged one. Nice.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna run away. It's fine.
I am a genius.
Alright, I think it's time for another, whatchamacallit, don't you? Another trick attack. Another mug.
Another trick attack.
Good, I'm in the right spot this time. So I'll get hit in the middle of my Tenchi Jin.
That was a 23k despair.
As it should be. guess I'm going back here. Maybe use Mana Ward in case we hit each other. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah,
Got him! Well, that's one.
Wrecked.
We have our
Cooked.
clay. Now back to the interstice to continue. With the next ingredient we need.
Ingredients.
This looks like a good place to gather some ingredients.
I think I'll be jaded forever because of your lack of interest in playing that game. 16 fucking years. Almost
and
20.
6 sidequels in between me and KH3. The separation gives me anxiety.
All I want is for you to play that game so you can finally see the ending of the fucking game that was your entire childhood.
Well, maybe I'll play it without playing the sidequels.
So I can explain the plot of Kingdom Hearts to you and you could be like, what the fuck happened when I left?
Yes, keep going. Pull big. I'll get the treasure coffer. And then I'll pop Bloodbath because the Opkins want my blood.
Understandable. Da 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 da.
I just love how much damage Goka does. Just watch. It's like, oh, there's 4 enemies left? Not anymore.
There was 4 enemies here.
It's true. Now there is 1 with a sliver of health left. Pop that triple cast while we go for a run.
Cave Kropken.
I guess they don't just all live on the surface, do they?
Guess not.
What a shame.
Freeze.
Your blood will freeze with my magics. I just imagine Rory just saying all of the names of the spells under her breath. Not because she has to, but just because she wants to.
Because she can.
Yes. He was right, that did put a spring in my step. Heirloom Necklace of Slaying. So if you wanted the Alliance necklaces, now is also a good time to get them because they're the exact same thing.
Hey to Ken.
Just gonna stand on the tank and drop Doton. Cassats will be ready again by the time I need it, I think. Unless I kill these things too fast. Which is a distinct possibility because we are cracked right now.
This is true.
Okay.
Schlorp.
Next lift. Like the water
look, I can
wheels
see the
from
bottom.
Termina. Haven't played that game yet, but we'll get there. One day. Mischievous presence, huh? Nixie? Wonder whose familiar this is. Doesn't look familiar to me. Crash Smash. I'm just gonna leave that to you. Up here.
My ley lines!
Teleport to me. And wait for them to go off, then teleport back. Okay, go now. There you go. Well, it's a good thing I got all my bunch-in out of the way before you left. I get the feeling Cole didn't finish his DPS rotation. Oh, okay, we got a spring. And now we can step. They're gonna sing in the
to
rain.
send you all to God!
Let's finish them off before they sing in the rain. I'll get this one. And now I'll get this one. I don't know, Nixie. I don't think it's looking too good for you. You've got a lot of HP left, but, well. Well, that's a fancy
Got enough
spell.
water there, mate.
Where'd you learn that one? From Nino Cooney. Well, we were standing on your clouds, so I was on cloud 9, Nixie. I can't get hit up there.
Shower power.
Middle up. I'll
I'm
go over
moving.
here to make it easier.
I'm not moving. Toxic black mage behavior.
I mean, you were in the right spot, so. I'll just feint that. Now I'm not moving. Toxic ninja behavior. I guess I forgot my right on this rotation. Oh, that's okay. It's not like I have to fork ride you or anything right now.
Hey, cat!
Same place as before.
Oh.
Yeah, just don't stand in the AoEs that they aren't marking. I'm just gonna true north. I don't even know if this is worth it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because he'll be dead in like 2 seconds.
Perish.
Yep, like I said.
Shall I give you this dinner?
Looks like you did. The heirloom stuff is pretty high fashion though, so if you want any of it,
I'm good.
I'm okay with not having it because I don't need it. Where I'm going, I won't need glamour. All right, last thing, got to get the kiln fired up because we have the clay and we have the water.
Water.
And pretty soon we'll have the pottery.
Flames Fantasista.
Whoa. The lava says trans rights. And, you know, the rights for every other gender identity as well.
Understandable, have a good gender.
I love how this was the dungeon from patch 5.4, which everyone very explicitly was like, nope, Reen and Gaia are holding hands.
They're dating.
This must have came out in June. Okay, now that I've rolled, I can
I'm about to send these motherfuckers to God.
properly do this. They're trying to mash me. Rory, stay away. I feel like that'll insta-kill you.
I'm built different. It's fine.
Fair enough. I could just
Behold.
shade shift, so I suppose I am also built different, but...
Oh. Oh.
Got him. Oh, over here. So why not just part all of the magma from here to our destination if you're gonna do that? Oh right, he doesn't have enough mana. Matoya didn't give it to him. Wow. Big
Relic
lava guy.
slime.
Kind of has a problem with us, doesn't he?
What a bell end.
Yeah, we'll fix his wagon eventually.
Wagon.
Yeah, that ancient arrow. What do you mean target out of range, Shikuchi?
You know what I
He
just
was
realized?
like 2 feet away. What?
I know why I like this track.
What is that?
It sounds like a Kingdom Hearts track.
It's true. It's got that feeling to it, like we're back in Alice in Wonderland again. Only this time without the maze.
You want to know what the most disappointing thing is?
What's that?
On the subject of disappointing? So you know Ratatouille, right?
Yeah.
So he's the reason why Sora learns to cook in 3. But the problem is that, like, yeah, they established that humans can't hear him and he can only really talk to rats. But the problem is that Sora can't, like, listen to him, so he just doesn't have a voice actor for the entire game.
Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. Because he's such an important part of Sora learning how to do things. And, no budget for the voice actor.
They spent it all on the rest of the ingredients.
Yeah. They didn't have a choice in the matter. Ratatouille demanded only the finest caviar.
Which is sad, because Ratatouille was such a fucking good movie.
Okay, well that takes care of that guy. Let's see if he has enough fire ether in him to fire the kiln up. Now that he just disappeared. Popped off the screen. Do your thing! Who was doing that? Oh, Burrow Rago. The Tepid. Alright, back we go.
Alright, we got the kiln going. We got the clay. We got that water.
And that was basement first floor, so now we can go back here and collect our prize. Maybe we should wait for them. So we don't activate the cutscene while they're teleporting.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Okay,
Ow.
as one.
Hey, look, there's the Porksy.
Not quite baked yet, but we'll get there. Put her in the oven.
Fucking murals in the background of the Final Fantasy 1 sprites.
Let's get this over with.
Put her in the oven. Bake at 1,500 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. And then she turns into a choo-choo train. She's a little feisty.
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Now listen, Matoya, I don't know how they did it in your day, but we don't hit babies anymore.
The baby seems want to hit us, though.
Well, I guess we could play a little bit.
Porcine porcelain.
Let's see how she plays, shall we? See if she'll play well with other kids.
It's confused. We're boss. Their boss.
Okay. Don't show any fear. They can smell it! I will try not to embarrass myself for you, Matoya. Tenderloin. Contrary to popular belief, that's the AoE.
Ow. Jesus Christ.
Good thing I'm in Tenchi Jin. Huff and puff. Well, I did it right.
8 to 10.
Meet Maddit. Going over here.
And the despair first.
Yeah, well that makes sense. She's gonna barbecue. How's she gonna? Oh, okay. Don't stand on the skillet. And she's gonna really try to get us to stand on the skillet. She's inhaling a little bit, Cole. If you have to dodge an AoE, you could just let her, like... Okay, well, this is gonna suck. I can't believe I dodged all of that.
I am a genius.
I can't believe we all dodged all of that. Just, you know, lead by example, no problems.
No problems.
No mistakes, only happy accidents.
Hell yeah, gamer.
I mean, we did just
Stop!
clay make, so... She's hidden herself. Find her quickly or you'll be in for a world of pain. That's probably a good idea. Damn, buff it right in the middle of your ley lines. It's almost like they aim for the person that's farthest away. Explosion. Hoo-ah-ha-ha! Okay, so go like 75% of the way to the wall, like just past this line, basically, and we'll be okay.
Yeah,
Heck! It's a good thing I need to use my side attack anyway, because I don't have positionals right now that I can fall back on.
I love you, healer.
There we go.
Oh god, they leave burns.
Have a mug, everybody. I can't addle this one. Good luck. Put mana ward up.
I'm a genius.
I'm just gonna use this so we can build a little more. You might even get access to the LB1 before this is over.
Build.
Depending on how much damage she does to us. Oh, off she goes again. She's gonna inhale again, I think. Oh, no, she's exhaling. Inhale and exhale! Like this is Blessed Art the Pink. Oh, my mudras! It's okay, I'll just
knocked us back. I threw a fire 3 at her.
It's okay, I'll just rabbit, it's fine. So, does anybody else smell bacon, or is that just my ass still on fire?
You're still on fire.
Good job, team. Now put me out!
Unfortunately, I only know ice spells, so...
Damn it.
What we got?
Well, definitely commending the tank, so... the glamour is too good. Commend the healer since I commended the tank, but the glamour is too
You
good.
read my mind.
Yeah. Everybody gets a commend.
I got double commended. What?
Hey. I'll take it. I've already got my 1,500 commends for mentorship that I'll never have, so it's fine.
Fucking et toi?
Time to wake up? Young lady, your nap time is over.
3.5 hours until this roast is done.
Quite tame.
I guess we wore her out, huh?
So what I'm gonna do, Jimmy,
is for me to
is I'm
imbue her
gonna
with
get
the
my
magic.
cast iron skillet.
My friends,
I'm gonna warm it up
I'm
with a
afraid
little
I
bit
must
of
trouble
butter.
you for your ether once more.
Get it foamy. I'm gonna dip the shells for the tacos in the fucking like juice that it's been steeping in this whole time. I'm gonna toast them. I'm gonna fold them while they're still soft.
There you go. That sounds good.
Coat this bitch in cheese. My guy.
Sounds like it will make a good recipe for all 3 of these people to have after they've expended all their ether. Cole's like, too bad they can't have it, it's mine. I imbue you with the ability to create children, Mama Porksy. And children that can cure tempering at that, so your children will be very important in the world. Nothing like divine birthright, am I right?
I would have laughed my ass off if we came back to Matoya's cave later in Endwalker, and it was just fucking filled to the brim with Porksies.
Good.
Where else was I giving to
Work
keep
then,
them?
shall we? I want to see some Porksies.
Just you walk in,
Assuming that
entire
if
cave is filled up
someone
with
can
Porksies.
spare the
Oh yeah, you know, one of my poor Orogos fucking screwed up the production on the amount of ether, so now we just have like 80 more than we should have. I'm trying to find a place for them, so until then they just live here and they're just flying around the cave.
I dare say.
I never imagined becoming a great-great-grandmother at this point in my life. It's a good thing they're not asking me for ether, because I would barely be able to give it. Alright, this time will you all eat some of our damn food?
We need some Archon loaves, stat!
Well, that was fast. No gestation period or anything, just...
Excellent.
3 of them.
Our very own litter of Angelos.
Who's going to train them?
And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I suppose that's nice. I kind of hoped that she'd be able to do that self-sufficiently, but hey, this is faster than...
Doesn't necessarily
our way.
need to be life ether, thankfully. I should be able to build a machine that can perfuse it with enough ether.
That's true.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone. We're a step closer to our goal.
Fantastic. Time to celebrate.
Amongst the allied nations. They
Want to
should do
celebrate.
much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, we gotta go cure Gabu's family,
Agreed.
so...
Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand.
I mean, Rory could carry you out of the cave if it makes any difference.
Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest, too.
Speak for yourself, Ishtola. I didn't have to imbue that thing with ether. All I did was fight it to get its temper tantrum out of its system.
In addition to the Porxies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
Ouch.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
But that's a good comeback.
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Alright, thank you, Master Matoya, for teaching us how to solve tempering forever.
Fuck yeah, game.
It will no longer be a problem for the world, because all we have to do is train people to use Porxies.
Fuck yeah.
So, does that mean Master Matoya is carrying Ishtola out of the cave, since she said she couldn't do it herself? I suppose they are, but then again, I mean, Ishtola did name herself after Matoya, so not really shocked. We can go into Matoya's relic with a trust now. Time to switch to Summoner, since I just did the dungeon on Ninja. Oh look, more food.
More food. Foob.
Yes, we should go back there so that the buzzing in my ears goes away from that tarantula hawk. Back to the upper decks! Even though we're going to the lower decks, I'm standing on top of Avira, who's probably waiting for the dungeon.
Serves your teleport.
Sorry, Vera, we already sort of, oh, I think we're going straight to the right here. This way! Oh, well, Rory's stuck in the crowd of Limsa's Aetheryte Plaza. It's too late for her. We'll come back later.
I saw horrors.
Beyond my imagination. It's funny, we go to the trouble of traveling to other worlds and we'll never see horrors beyond our imagination quite like what we'll see in Limsa Aetheryte Plaza. Xanthael, good to see you again. Sergeant I shouldn't say just Xanthael. We are friends, but not like that. Sergeant Xanthael, good to see you. Alright then. Where are you teleporting to?
Hey, so I'm an idiot and forgot to finish the last part of the quest. I teleported before I turned that bitch in.
Well, you're
Hi
too
there,
busy.
welcome to another episode of,
Too busy staring at the Vera I was standing on top of?
No, I was too busy dissociating into the ether.
Fair enough. Admiral, Marshal, good to see you. We bring news. We've cured tempering. Like, forever.
Imagine just being a random storm soldier. Fucking just sitting there guarding the door, you just hear, "We've cured tempering," spits out coffee.
And we will distribute the familiars evenly across every system that needs them, including Garlemald. And the Beastmen, frankly, because they could also use the Porxies. In theory, anyone could do it. Hell, Rory helped with the process of imbuing it, so that means even the Garleans could do it. With a booster. Well, that's true, but... yeah, all we gotta do is get to that point, and then once we're at that point, we'll be in better shape. And the secret to that is effective communication, as I learned from all of the beast tribes I've helped since I started this adventure. That is true. Maybe now we can finally be on the same page.
Oh, damn time.
Yeah, that's a problem. So let's find a solution. And the solution in this case is not fighting each other to the death. Wah wah. Well, it's not like we did it on purpose, Admiral. We just did what was necessary, that's all. I mean, that's just kind of my daily actions at this point. We just kind of do it because if we didn't, what would we be doing with ourselves? I mean, I know what I'd be doing with myself, but, you know. And who sought to thwart you and why? Oh, yeah, because they needed to be there for the parley. Well, that's not very nice. I should have a word with these bloody executioners. So does that mean that they aren't going, I was going to say, they aren't going because he's sick, or they aren't going because someone else is vying for power? But it sounds like a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
And of course he has disdain for the Admiral's authority. Absolutely. Why wouldn't he? Sounds like we need to get involved then, Admiral, and as a former Storm Captain myself, I feel like I could lead the charge on this one. I may be retired, but that doesn't mean I don't know. That doesn't mean I can't be diplomatic anymore. Then it will be done, Admiral. Alright, team, time to go for a little bit of spy duty. Oh, look, a teleport offer to Idleshire. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I imagine at least one of the pirates in this town will know of this other pirate. If you could approach the pirates in case they get rowdy, they'll probably know you better, considering you kind of are one. Let's see, Aft Castle and... Oh, we're going to see Captain Carveline again. Okay, well that is one of the best people we could go see about this, because he's very amicable to this whole situation. Off we go then. Up the slope to the Culinarians Guild. It's nice, isn't it? Does it stop you when I leave the screen?
Yes.
So you have to walk by yourself at that point?
Correct.
Well.
Since we're dealing with pirates, it might be good for me to bring my gun.
You won't need it. We'll be fine. Remember who you're talking to here. Just looks at me, and then looks away, and then looks at me again. We're all doomed.
Yeah, I should get my Flames uniform out.
Oh no.
I haven't dusted that thing off in ages.
Yeah, it seems to be the name around town today. Is it because they decided to pillage and plunder? Yeah, I was gonna say, since the Civil War, those have barely been around. Well, if I have to force them to share their secret, Captain, I will let you know what they're doing. I have a vague feeling I know what they're doing, but... yeah, we'll get there. The same thing they always did. That's the answer.
Pillage and murder?
Well, they did do that, but that's technically legal as long as they only do it to Garlean vessels. The reality is they're regressing back to their Rome Reborn days.
How unfortunate for you.
Judging by what I know about them. Well, actually, it's very fortunate because I already know how to deal with them. So... it will be far easier to deal with them than if they came up with something novel. As for the next pirate captain, well, most people have a bit of a hard time with this lady, but I've already groveled to her before, so... Captain Roswin, good to see you again. I was gonna say, you wouldn't happen to know about this Sicard guy, would you? Well, that explains how he rose through the ranks. I don't think you want to know what he landed. Yeah, I was going to say, you guys have done a good job of keeping the ocean fishing routes safe, especially considering Castrum Marinum was quite literally under one of them. And that's why your food's so good. And there you go. See, and this is also nice because I have a little bit of like a history with Captain Roswin from the stuff that being in Limsa, really, because there's side quests with her, a couple of them that you do stuff with, including one in the Culinarians Guild. And as it turns out, in the years since A Realm Reborn, her and her mostly female crew have gone and basically all gotten hitched and now have children. So, I don't know, it just gives me a little warm, fuzzy feeling. Like, hey, look, everyone's moving on to the peace talks.
Maybe before we talk to these pirates, I should go dust off the old Flames uniform.
You won't need it. They're intimidated enough by the fact that they're about to be attacked by Alice in Wonderland and a plague doctor. I think Alphino's downstairs. Yeah, he's downstairs. Well, time to go down the stairs then. Or take the elevator if you're express. But yeah, this patch kind of ticks all the boxes for me. We go back and solve an old problem that's been plaguing the world. We get to see Gabu get healed. We go back to Limsa, which of course is not my hometown in Eorzea, but it's where my military career was. So it's kind of like, no, I had to see this one through.
Understandable.
Well, they seem to have found a way to make lots of money without stealing from Garlean ships. Yeah, and I think we all know what that mysterious new source of income is. Well, yeah, it's probably a well-guarded secret, but it's because they're trading crystals with people that are still very keen on tempering people. I'll just say that now because they're going to say it in about 2 quests. Or they'll say it right now. There you go. Yeah, they've been trading crystals to the beast tribes that still summon and temper people. So if the Bloody Executioners sell them crystals, then we will see lots more summoning. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Excuse me. So what's the plan, team? Oh, have you now? And are the provisions this food that you're giving us, or did you just get this at the Culinarians Guild and have too much to eat yourself? Because Rory would definitely dig into that sausage and sauerkraut. Alright, time to look for Sicard.
The search for Sicard. Oh, I get it.
Okay, fair enough. Guess we're going to Lower Lenasia then. Meanwhile, Rory's teleporting to Kugane.
We'll be right back.
Okay, I'll go to Ashan's Embrace while you do your probably finding your Flames uniform.
You know how it goes.
You're gonna need the Flames uniform for the instance that we'll probably get to today. I don't think there's that many cutscenes going on. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll basically be able to finish the instance and that'll be the end of the episode, which is convenient because that's actually the end of the quest where the instance happens is the last quest that we're doing story-wise. So, it'll work out. For those of you in the know, you might be wondering, but Mono, that's not the last quest of patch 5.4. And the answer to that not real question is exactly.
Well, I gotta do a quick Centurio hunt.
Oh, for what?
Daedar Yanksha.
For what?
I need Alamegan gear.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. For your Immortal Flames uniform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Yanksha. Coming to my.
Okay, time to quickly train Graha as a buyer. I mean, she's not wrong, Alphino. Graha at least has that roguish outfit going on.
That roguish charm.
I love how we didn't even train him in the situation. He just looks back. He's got a fucking SpongeBob grin on his face.
Oh, I don't like that.
Like that's not suspicious at all. This is why I said we should have given him the quick once-over before we sent him over there. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly the reason. Good save, Graha. I was gonna say, it's not like we lack for money. Just don't tell Tataru about taking any money out of the coffers of the Four Lords. All this money that we're giving them is imaginary. Again, don't look at us, Graha. The potato merchant is still right there. You'll give us away. Or not.
Graha Tia. Lying extraordinaire.
I mean, I guess he managed it. His client must be very gullible. Alright, off we go.
Alright, I've acquired the Centurio, so let's go back to Kogane.
See if we can find this Sicard gentleman while we're at it. Oh, you'll be able to get through. Won't take but a minute for you to get through the cutscenes that I have just gotten through. Even if you watch them, because I have a tendency of slow reading again.
Imagine reading slow. This post brought to you by the Fast Reader Gang. Megan, Sandal, Caligay offending.
I mean, if it makes any difference, Alphino, I could pop on Miner or Fisher and use Sneak. Alright, Interceptor, quick and quiet. No flop. You'll make noise. I know you like flop, but the flop make noise.
What the flop doing?
Overpowering my dog's sense of self.
Well, I think we found Sicard.
Probably.
That's a lot of motherfucking crystals.
So we found Sicard, and he's enterprising. I'll stop now. No, I won't. That's a lie.
I'll stop now. No, I won't. You didn't even give yourself a second to breathe in that. You just did.
Yep. Okay, so they're from Ogamoro, as in you took them from the other orders who are still trying to temper people. You know, you'd think they'd be keen to not let this shipment go through with Graha, considering they need the crystals for tempering, but what do I know? I'm not a kobold. Maybe this is part of the plan. Maybe they're going to use the stabs to temper people. How did we miss this guy? How did I miss this guy? I'm a ninja. I know how to sneak up on people.
Oh, he has a gun.
He does have a gun. Fat lot of good that's gonna do him. I mean, I don't have Carbuncle, but what level could this guy possibly be? 70 maximum? I'm sure you do. Our reputation precedes us. Well, actually, you're not the only true pirate crew left, because you don't pillage and plunder the Garleans anymore. So really, there are no pirates left in Limsa. They all have to find new jobs, and most of them are going about it pretty well, unlike you, Sicard. Well, I'm here to cut off your crystal trade route. And also that, yes, that's also a good thing to ask about. True. Because as we all know from the patch content of A Realm Reborn, at some point or another it always comes down to money with these damn NPCs. That sounds like a hell of a loophole, dude. Yeah, because you don't want to saturate the market with literal primal summoning objects. You should look at the market board. There are plenty of crystals for sale over there. I'm sure you did, because Titan was a menace at the time, and now you're forcing it to be a lot easier for him to be summoned, so... No, that's not what you're doing, because the shards are ending up back in the hands of Ogamoro's Titan summoners, so... Or if they aren't ending up in their hands and you're selling them after stealing them from them, how do you think that you're not going to get some comeuppance for this? I mean, yeah, because he's Craven. The Admiral is literally a head taller than him. I don't know how I feel about this, but the Admiral's seen herself through worse situations, so I guess as long as we're there, it'll be okay. So he doesn't just try to shoot her. Well, that took a bit of a turn, but I guess we're gonna work our way back in on rough seas somehow. See, I
came
told
as
you.
fast as I could.
I was gonna say, see, I told you basically would catch up. Ah, the Flames uniform is back.
Yeah, the reason I took so long is they insisted on fitting me with a new one. Apparently I got promoted while I was gone.
Man, how'd that happen?
Good question.
Okay, so let's get back there. The Astalycia, if I recall, is docked in the harbor in Limsa. So, if we get back there soon-ish, we should be able to stick it out with the meeting. I think this is the second to last quest in this patch that we're doing. I think after this is the one with the instance, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll go and find out. In the meantime, Mizuko, I have to go to a stuffy meeting now, so you go swimming in the ocean, so you have something better to do.
I'm singing in the rain.
Got that stuck on your brain now after, what was it called? Noxie almost splattered us with it.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
Well, who am I to complain about promotion? New uniform fits better than my old one.
Well, that's good. The helmet looks a little familiar.
Yeah. I insisted on keeping it.
Fair enough. Alright, back down to the Admiral's quarters, because I haven't checked where the quest location is, but I'm pretty sure her office is down here, where it always was, so...
Speak with Mirror Whip in the command room.
Yeah. At least it's not the computer room this time.
We do not need to find the computer room.
We already found it. It was in Sid's workshop. And then the computer exploded. The
Not
end.
for a lack of trying, mind you.
Yeah. Admiral? Marshal? They've agreed to a meeting on the Astalycia. And if I may speak plainly, Admiral, I'm pretty sure this is a trap. Well, it's all good. Just make sure you take enough security with you. I guess if you take me, that'll be all you need, but, you know. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, that is our capacity as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, so... What better place for us to go right now than onto a pirate ship?
They seem a little rowdy.
They're pirates.
I thought you said you had the pirate problem under control.
This is under control.
Look who's come
We're
crawling!
gonna need a bigger gun.
Traitor!
Or a bigger boat.
Shove your pace!
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. For all the bodies we're gonna have to carry back.
I don't know. We'll let the Admiral do her diplomacy first.
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
She's pretty good at it.
I wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners at your service.
I get the feeling by his shit-eating grin that he's acting captain on purpose. Like he had something to do with the lung disease.
Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen.
Why?
Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
She didn't say that you can't plunder. She said you can't plunder specific people.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we take!
Do you think that's going to be enough to sway her?
Piracy has no place in our future.
Well, damn, just give it to him straight, Admiral, why don't you?
What'd she say?
She told you to fuck off.
No place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did.
Yeah, and that makes it feel like it was a little more required. Now it's a little more optional.
But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering.
People are a little bit more likely to hand you a piece of the loot if you're not planning on stealing all of it.
The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom.
And we have the strongest navy and, sea trade enterprise in existence. Are you telling me we should deny the opportunity to trade with these people?
When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty.
Who are we to refuse?
But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then?
Well said, Admiral.
Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
What do you have to say to that, little pup? Where's that
Rousing
fierce
words.
resistance?
Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so.
That's exactly why you have to give it up. She's the Admiral. What she says goes, so fuck you.
Still, we're all Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true?
Well, yeah, the Admiral
so,
of a pirate crew was
you'd know
in
how
a
we
pirate
pirates
crew
settle our differences.
at one point. What a shock.
Shocking, isn't it?
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Oh boy. "10 paces, turn and draw, cowboy." See, he thinks he's got it all because he's younger than her. He thinks he's faster than her. But how many times has she done this in her life? Storm Marshal, you don't have to stand slightly forward in anticipation. She knows what she's doing. Have a little faith in your Admiral. She's steered this ship before. What's one more time? Only problem I can foresee, I was going to say, is that he's going to shoot for her heart while she shoots for his hand. Or his leg. That works too. Nice dodge, though.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
I don't think so. I was going to say, nice shot, Marshal, but that is not the Marshal. That is your captain shooting. Did you enjoy your nap, Captain?
Captain Elfair!
Might be time for a little discipline among your crew.
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Lemsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay?
I could turn this boat around at any moment with all of you on it.
And what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
Sailors. It's pretty simple.
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything you want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom!
And now you know the tying line between every quest in this patch.
So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate!
I mean, the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss are always taking newcomers, so if you really can't put the knives down...
Lad, I made ye me right hand because I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
And a working right arm at this point. But we can cure that, so...
Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
See, and there you go. Now they can solve the whole problem with diplomacy,
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
which means we've all grown a little bit in this time. Maybe it's better if he goes back to bed, though. Hey, Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Came in on a good quest. We've been having a good day. We got through Matoya's relic with no problems.
Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage.
She named her gun Annihilator. Well, that's just great.
Mistbeard's vanished into legend. And it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may.
The old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow.
I mean, we might not even need to do that. Xenos is doing a pretty good job of it at the moment.
There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Well, there you go. And that's why you put
now
your
we just
trust...
need to fix the government. Now we just need to fix the government and all done. Everything will come full circle.
I feel like that's going to be a touch harder than what we just did.
Touch.
That being said, this is why you trust the Admiral. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, that would not have been good. Let's hope he maintains the lesson rather than unlearns it. I'll take the Heaven's Eye materia because I'm sure Cole will want it.
Eventually.
Here we go. This is the quest that I was talking about with the instance in it. Yeah, so we need to cure one of the Order members of, or one of the Sahagin Clutch members of their tempering, and then extend an olive branch. Okay. Sounds like a plan, a job just for us. Though I suppose I should be a little bit more apprehensive, considering 3 of my 4 members of my party can be tempered. Like, we're not... Alphino, Alice, and Graha, as far as I'm aware, are not immune to that influence at this point. Yeah, you guys worded it that way on purpose, didn't you? Uh-huh. Well, there's only one way to clean that up. Fair enough. So how do we get them to meet? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little on the dangerous side, but sure, why not? Yeah. Which is why we have the Icon Slayer here to kill their god when they summon him. Yeah. True, and if we do that to the High Priest, I mean, how many High Priests could they possibly have? So what do you want me to do? Like, turn my phasers to stun or something? Or you could use whatever that MacGuffin that you just talked about is. Oh, yeah, Mistbeard's thing from Hullbreaker Isle hard mode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's basically the home gang chain, but, you know. I'm down for it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I'm actually kind of want to see how this instance plays out now that the stat squish has happened, because I haven't done it since the stat squish, and there's a very specific mechanic in this one that changes things a little bit to put a more level playing field down for the kobolds who can at maximum be 10 levels behind us, if not more. Have fun curing tempering, because, yeah, some might be too far fucking gone. Yeah, we established that probably people who have been tempered of body will have to still kill, but the rest, well, at the rate we're going, the rest will be cured soon enough. Well, I don't know about the die trying part, but I believe in you. You've done this before. What's one more, right? Don't I have like a shield or something that they can stand behind when the tempering wave goes out? I feel like I've used that once before, and I haven't used it since. Well, we're gonna find out. Because off we go. Okay, so Camp Overlook. All the way up in Outer Lenosia.
Oh boy.
Never a dull moment around here.
I'd bring my entire platoon with me if we were worried about the tempering.
Yeah, I'd be a little more worried about the tempering. Don't worry about it. Between the 5 of us, we'll figure it out. We used something like a tempering shield during Lakshmi, but that was only a cutscene power during Fordola's arc. Well, let's hope I can bring that back again. Because, yeah, I was going to say, otherwise, you guys are going to be a little SOL. Maybe if Titan uses a beam instead of a wave to temper people, it'll go okay. Oh, hey, Gabu, what's up? I mean, you can say it to him, but you might want to wait until he's, you know, cured of his tempering, because otherwise he won't hear you, buddy. Yeah, we get all the cool shit exclusively during cutscenes, I know. You can't give them to us in gameplay, they'd be too overpowered. Well, that was surprisingly fast, considering. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Wow, all the way up at the second order. That's pretty impressive. Alright, team. You know what we need to do? Gabu will try to pretend like you're not going to follow us, but you're definitely going to follow us. Okay, here goes something. Mizuko, after this you might want to just let me go in on my own because the sulfur here is not going to be good for your skin. Just drop me off.
Area with the fucking steampunk goblin city. You could build an entire expansion around shit like this.
You really could. Here, get in. We're going through Ugomoro, something like that. Running over kobolds while we're at it.
Ah yes, vehicular homicide.
You know, just the usual around here. And of course, they're going to be in Titan's hard mode room, absolutely, which means we have to go all the way around and run over a Doblin while we're at it. To be fair, I'm trying not to. He walked into my car.
Just imagining like a glass breaking noise whenever you run over. Oh boy.
Okay, here we go. The instance of this patch. I'm sure it will, just like last time. We're gonna have to.
Oh crap! We need to break up.
Yeah,
the party.
say undo party, aren't we? So just unjoin.
Fuck.
Does it not let you because I'm in a cutscene? Oh, okay. There we go. Very nice. Not trying to be mean, but we already are OP, and we've known that for so long it's not even funny. Like, we're a demigod at this point, and we never get called out on that shit. Yeah, that's true. See, I always figured before I played Shadowbringers that they were eventually going to, like, end the story off with, like, oh yeah, well, you're a primal, or something like that. Like, I entertained that thought at some point, but it's sort of gone away at this point. They don't really talk about anything remotely resembling that anymore. Place used to make you scream in silence back in Realm Reborn. We couldn't stealth through this place. Yeah, because I don't think sneak was around back then for gatherers, was it? That's a hell of a thing. Alright, off to the meeting we go. Might as well get it out of your system before we have all the sulfur. It'll be making us yawn even more. Those would be Gabu's parents, would they not? Just waiting for him to follow us in.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa.
Told Cole, you played an MMO where you have total agency and can do whatever without story restrictions. You missed that to an extent.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
At least they took this patch to kind of address the things that I want in this game, which is, you know, Beast Tribe resolutions.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish.
Only if you don't think this through.
The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Which, to be fair, you can't think this through because all you can think about is Titan!
Aye. Just as we thought.
Time for the shield? No, time for the sword. Or, as it were, the axe.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
I know how to summon a Porksy, Alphino.
None pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
And so we shall. After I summon Carbuncle. I kind of need to get him in here so I can, you know, channel through him. So just give me a minute. Okay, I'm good. Protect Alice while she does the incantation and gets that tempering down. You may try.
We must protect Alize!
Searing Light, everybody. And now, the biggest Searing Light of all, Bahamut!
You're in my sights.
All of you come over here, so that the Admiral can shoot the shit out of you. Oh, okay. Well, wait for it. There. Now we're good.
You're in my sights.
I'll get rid of this one, Admiral. You get rid of the other three.
It's so satisfying to just drop an AoE rotation on Gunbreaker, and then you use Fated Circle twice and just incinerate 3 of them.
I mean, it's one of your strongest skills, so, you know. Wonder how they feel about me just using Titan just now to stop the Titan summoners.
You just hear a vague, like a faint, just heretic.
Okay, well, that's good progress. Now we just need to do it 3 more times. Sounds like Alphino and Graha are going to need to feed the ether into Angelo. I mean, I suppose I could do a little bit too, but, well, I have food actually to
Just what
that.
we need.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll just stand in this. Oh, yeah.
You're not alone.
Thanks, Alphino. Hang in there, Alice. I've got a Phoenix coming up. Maybe I should turn away from you. Phoenix a go-go.
I didn't realize they had giant robots.
Alice.
Why didn't I think of the possibility they had giant robots?
Well, they're kobolds, so.
You're in my sights.
Although, to be fair, you didn't do the Kobold Beast Tribe quest. That's probably why you didn't think about it. Nice work. Nice cover, too. I didn't know you still had the cross-classing skills there, Storm Marshal.
Here you are, Alize.
Or was that Graha? It was probably Graha, because he's, you know, an all-rounder. Another try probably won't be enough unless you're gonna do, like, a bunch to this. Okay, well, here we go. Bombs. And me in the middle of my Ifrit window. That's unfortunate. Go get him, Ifrit. There you go. Well, that's a lot more bombs.
Grenades.
I guess I'll do this then.
More! I need more ether!
There we go. Anybody got a heal? Because I don't. Okay, have a heal. Yeah, I'll say, and they sure are tanky. Bahamut, any help? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see what he means. Nice work, Storm Marshal. I mean, you know, we're gonna have to pick you up from the shrapnel, but... Ethereal depletion, that sounds like a terrible time. I sure hope that this never happens to me. Oh, nice. You did 50 that time. One more, Alice, and we should be good. Oh, yeah. Everyone's expended from ether now. Well, I guess it's time for me to put in the work, huh? Alright, here goes something. You know, it kind of sucks that I didn't keep a little bit of that ether, because this would have been a lot easier if I did. I'm infirm now. Ow.
Ow. What?
Well, that was a drill. Admiral, maybe put up a passage to arms? Remember when we acknowledged the Hecaton Kairos existed? This entire thing convinced you we could cure all people who are tempered, but shit, yeah, well, you know. Let's hope it doesn't cost the Admiral her life. It did not. She still got HP left. Now for you. I may not be a storm captain anymore, but that doesn't mean that I can't still kick your ass for beating up the Admiral. It's kind of nice, though, that they give you a debuff that directly prevents you from, like, being OP as sin in this part, because it means that these guys are at least a little more on, you know, level with you. Alright, then. Sorry, once a serpent, always a serpent. Yeah, well, I mean, you know how it is. We all got our own military to work with. Phoenix, help me out.
Hell, Rory's in her Flames uniform right now.
Hey.
Fighting this motherfucker.
Stratus smash.
I'm on a tank, bitch!
Whoa. Wait for it. And go. Not bad. Keep this up and we'll be done in no time. Kill him with Titan. I don't know if I'll do enough damage. Never mind. Titan is OP.
No,
alright, Alice, I'm on my way. Just, you know, have a little bit of ethereal depletion.
We aight.
But we're good. Made short work of those guys. We're in a sanctuary, so that probably means that this is over with now.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
Off you go, then. How do you even have any ether left to give at this point? I guess I was also raring to go like the Scions were when the patch content was through, even though I had had a very busy between patch content.
Built different.
I guess it's because I'm the protagonist.
Fuck.
Untemper their souls. Well,
That's
let's
a
wait
lot
for
of
him to be
motherfucking
conscious,
tempering.
and then we'll see if it worked.
Did it work?
It'd be kind of funny if he got up and was like, oh, I'm not tempered anymore, and then it did the duty complete thing with the victory music, but they don't want this to be funny like that anymore. Yeah, about that.
What is the meaning of this?
Well, you've been asleep for a very long time, and you dreamed a dream of destruction.
They died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
And their bodies are still here, almost 2 years later, somehow. Having not decayed in the slightest. For story reasons, Y'shtola actually made you pretty damn mad yesterday. You'll DM Cole, it's a post-Endwalker conversation. Okay.
Oh, this'll be good.
Oh boy.
Why would I do such a thing?
Well, you weren't in your right mind, to be fair. None of you were. Although maybe you should get out of here before the crystals in here temper your brains
Would
again.
that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I guess we can live for them. Hell, Gabu seemed pretty keen on it. Speak of the little devil, and here he comes!
Gabu! What are you doing here?
You had to have known he would have followed us. There's no way he wasn't gonna. At least he got here after we took care of business.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either.
Because even though you're too old for this shit, that should be precisely the reason for you to stop.
So please, end the suffering.
I mean, that line pretty much puts the nail on the head. Do you understand why we did this patch now? Even though it's technically post-Shadowbringers. Like, on the way to Endwalker.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning. For it spells naught but misery for both our peoples.
Unless you're summoning Eggies, in which case, well, you might want to talk to Ymitra about that one. They probably realized shortly after this patch, oh fuck, we basically just said all summoners should go extinct. Well.
For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet.
To be fair, most people didn't like playing Summoner by patch 5.4 because it was really busy. I hella enjoyed it, but I was one of the minority.
That we fought to survive. But what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
Well, I guess Cole knows what the thing was.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us.
You still remember all the crazy shit that happened, don't you?
Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke.
We set the terms in writing! We shook on it, damn it!
What choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far, but... Remember when Summoner and Scholar weren't going to be attached at the hip, and Square Enix promised that back in Heaven's Ward? Didn't they just fucking separate them instead of the roundabout way they did shit? Yeah, because now the only thing they share is Resurrection, if I remember right. Scholar's basically its own class now.
Spirit, if not the letter of the pact. We took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it.
I don't know if that's going to be good enough, Admiral. I hate to say it, but
Yet I
there
know
was a
an
lot
apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation.
Wish for Scholar Summoner to be split in Heaven's Ward because he hated using SP books to go between int and mind. Didn't get true separation till Shadowbringers when you quit. Yeah, well, I guess Square Enix didn't hear you at first. It's unfortunate for them.
In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Laminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds.
Hell, Limsa has the Blacksmiths and the Armorers Guild, the foremost learning places of smelting in the land because of that.
And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world and trade them in your stead.
And you will be a part of the bounty.
We will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it.
Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
I mean, yes, but they're making you a pretty good offer at the moment, their patriarch.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Well, there you go. You got it from the mouth of one of your own now. Who was the navigator? Thaliak? I don't know. Post-Endwalker made you start learning lore again. I think it was Thaliak. That sounds right. I'd have to look back.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole. I fought. I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it. However much I might want to.
But hey, look, another gambit.
That is death penalty.
Oh.
The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades.
What happened to Annihilator? Do you just have a gun for every quest, Admiral?
If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger,
a new gun for every quest.
assuredly die.
I mean, that
Fun
depends
fact, an Endwalker, when you're dealing with all the fucking when you're dealing with all the horrible abominations, she dual wields them.
Though it isn't much.
Fun.
My life is the single
Why?
most
I don't
valuable
know.
thing I
Is it
possess.
insane? Yes. Absolutely fucking sick? Oh, you know it.
Past wrongs. Take it.
I was gonna say, isn't it gonna depend on how much... Is it HP for death penalty in Final Fantasy VII? No, it's based on the number of kills he has. So,
A single
how do we
bullet
process
to annul
kills
the
for
old
this
hat
guy?
and my blood
Do Titan's kills count as his kills because he summoned him? I'm not sure.
What comes after?
If they do,
I
let's hope
trust
the
in
overflow
this man,
glitch takes
my
effect.
second in command. I know that he will do his
So many kills you
utmost
just
for
leave
the
back down to
happiness of
0.
all who call Vilbrand home.
Thaliak was the scholar, the navigator was Limelian, your first guess? Okay, gotcha. Should guess Limelian first because she is the goddess with the fountain that you use for furniture. That's okay. Admiral, this gun's trigger is too small for my paws. So I'm not going to be able to shoot you today. Love how I'm just watching, like, no, this'll be fine. Not even moving. Unfaltering. Partially because it's the Admiral, so I know she'll be fine, but also partially because, well, this man was just told that he potentially got hundreds of his own killed, so if he killed her, he'd be doing the same thing, basically, just with a different weapon. Which is why he couldn't do it. Because he wants to move forward too, considering we just gave him the greatest gift we could have, his mind back.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
That's fair. That's enough for us. Especially considering all the trouble we went to get Gabu his mind back. Also, you started on your quest to renovate your home. Cole, you have about 4 dozen things you need to make, and no, most of them are different.
There's nothing wrong with giving
Oh,
thanks
Jesus
to the land which
Christ.
sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
And I can point you in the correct direction of someone who knows how to summon things safely, as strange as that sounds, but, I mean, look at me.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father.
I'm the captain.
Just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
I'm sure you would. And we'll be able to do that soon enough. With the help of, you know, all those porksies that the storm sergeants and everybody have access to now. You got the music, you just have shit left over. Just wish you had a large house instead of a small one, or a medium. Large is too much surface area to have to cover. Large houses are very large, yes. So, I don't even know what I'd do with a small, to be honest. I had a small and I could barely keep it like halfway decorated. Now, how are we going to get these crystals out of here? How do we get them in here in the first place? Questions we'll never have an answer to, because I'm not sure if inanimate objects can teleport with us. Well, I guess the things in my pockets have always teleported with us, to be fair. Sounds like a plan, Admiral. Looks like you guys have this under control. Ah, it's all good. It's what we do. So, it's a job well done, team. Looks like it's time for us to go back to the Rising Stones and figure out which town needs us next. Oh, fuck me. You know what I forgot? And it's a good thing you're here, too, because you know what I forgot? I forgot about Nashu! She's in Kukane, all alone. She's been there
I think
for
you know what that means.
like
though.
a month. Has she found the inspector in our absence, or will we have to take more drastic measures to get him to return to inspecting? Find out on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the stream edition, which will be happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I think I'm going to do these on Blue Mage until the game kicks me off of the class. In any case, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I will see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Hey, look, there's Alpha. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. Oh,
this time, I'm
time.
ready.
Ready for the silly? Ready for the silly?
We'll just look at my outfit.
Oh, good. You are ready for the silly. Where's your pince-nez? Oh, no. She has begun it. I sat at this table specifically so you could drink, but I get the feeling you're gonna have enough of a fun time in a few minutes. And by a few minutes, I mean, well, a few minutes in-game. Tomorrow for us. Well, there she goes, and she's not even drunk yet. Let's end this before this gets out of hand, folks.